Reverend Joe Easley is the co-convener of the local organization called Bridge. And today he is here with an invitation for area faith leaders. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Angie. Good to be here.
It's so good to have you talk about this. And for the audience to know, I'm a member of the organization Bridge and a part of this new event called Racial Justice Sabbath. And I really wanted Joe to be here to talk about the organization and why we are holding this event. So tell us a bit about Bridge, Joe.
Well, Bridge is a local organization. We're so nonprofit, we don't have any money or treasury or any status. We started 4.5 years ago, and the last 2 years, we've really concentrated on programs to help people be aware of racism as it exists today in terms or institutional racism. We've done a lot of educational programs. We've also worked with the city and the mayor in encouraging the mayor to address issues where there's racial inequity.
Well, so now we're coming to the month of February and this important event called a Racial Justice Sabbath. What's the idea behind the event? Well,
we had an event June 25th, a month after George Floyd's death, and we challenged all who were there to do what they could in their own community to make a difference on racism. And we challenged clergy and other faith leaders. Out of that came the idea of having a weekend, which is going to be the week of February the 14th, leading up to February the 14th, when we're encouraging congregations in the Evansville area to focus on what their faith tradition says about racism and how we can work together to improve the climate and the acceptance and respect for all people.
And in what ways will they use their voice? Are we talking about preaching sermons, Bible studies? How will they use this material, and what material would be available to them?
Well, all of the above. We're mostly letting each faith congregation decide what works for them, but we certainly would encourage, if they have a worship service where there is a sermon or some kind of presentation or message, that would be a very appropriate place to talk about what their faith tradition says in terms of how we treat people who may seem different than us. But we'd also encourage people to do study, Bible study, or other kinds of study on this. We want people to be as creative as we can, but the idea is to have a lot of people in the Evansville area, a lot of faith communities focusing on this one topic for one weekend or 1 week.
Joe, will Bridge come alongside these organizations and churches with material or suggestions or ideas for the messages there?
Yes, we will. There's a task force working on that to provide some suggestions and be able to provide a speaker. Even if a congregation wanted someone else to come in and speak that week, we would be glad to do that. We may well also have a kind of brainstorming session on Zoom to let various faith leaders talk about their ideas and kind of interact. So we're leaving it as open as possible, but we want to do all we can to help.
Well, it's going to be a powerful event, and I think you have that much energy focused on this important topic in our community. Change can happen.
Yes, it can. Yes.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Good to be here.
We'll be back with more Lifestyles right after this. Stay with us.